Welcome to Learn English Journey. Today, I want to share something that changed the way I learn and speak English. It's a simple method, but it can transform the way you hear, think, and express yourself in this language. It's called the shadowing technique. Shadowing means you listen to someone speaking English and immediately repeat what they say. You copy not just the words, but the rhythm, the tone, the pauses, and even the emotion behind their voice. It's like becoming the speaker's reflection, their shadow. When you practice this often, your pronunciation becomes clearer, your listening improves, and your confidence grows. It's not just learning words, it's learning how to feel the language. So today, I'm going to tell you a story where you can practice this technique with me. This is a true-to-life story told from my perspective. It's called The Day at the Train Station. Let's begin. My name is Emily. I'm 23 years old and live in a quiet seaside town in Ireland called Glenhaven. I share a small apartment with my younger sister, Lily, and our mother. I work at a local art shop that sells books, handmade crafts, and paintings. I love being surrounded by creativity. It makes every day feel calm and colorful. That morning was cold and rainy. The sky looked heavy, and the sound of raindrops tapping on the window felt endless. I woke up early, made a cup of tea, and checked my phone. There was a message from my best friend, Clara. It said, "Emily, please come to the train station at 12 o'clock. I really need you." I stared at the message for a while. Clara didn't explain anything else. I tried calling her, but her phone went straight to voicemail. I looked at the clock. It was already 10 in the morning. I didn't have much time to wonder. I quickly changed into jeans, a warm sweater, and my gray coat. I grabbed my umbrella and told my mom, "Clara needs me. I'll be back soon." She looked worried but smiled. "Be careful, Emily," she said softly. The bus ride was long and quiet. I sat by the window, watching the raindrops race each other down the glass. Outside, everything looked gray. Trees, streets, even people's faces. When the bus finally reached the station, I stepped out into the cold wind. The place was huge, full of noise and rushing footsteps. People were pulling suitcases, hugging each other, saying goodbye, and greeting loved ones. I walked toward platform 7, where Clara said she would be. It took me nearly 15 minutes to find it, but when I arrived, she wasn't there. I waited 10 minutes, then 15, then 20, still no Clara. I started feeling uneasy. Maybe she changed her mind. Maybe she was in trouble. While I waited, I noticed a girl sitting alone on a bench near the window. Her suitcase was beside her, and she was quietly crying. I hesitated for a moment, then walked closer. "Hi, are you all right?" I asked gently. She lifted her head. Her eyes were red and tired. "I missed my train," she said. "I was supposed to go see my father, but now I don't know what to do." I sat next to her. "I'm Emily," I said. "Maybe I can help." Her name was Sophie. She smiled weakly and said, "You're very kind." I handed her a bottle of water from my bag, and we talked for a while. She told me she hadn't seen her father in months, and had saved money just to make this trip. I listened and tried to comfort her. Suddenly my phone rang. It was Clara. I answered quickly. "Clara, where are you?" Her voice was shaky. "Emily, I'm so sorry. I wrote the wrong platform. I'm at platform 5, not 7. Please come fast. I'm scared." My heart tightened. "Scared? What happened?" "I'll explain when you get here," she said and hung up. I stood up. apologized to Sophie, and hurried to platform 5. My shoes splashed through puddles as I ran. When I arrived, I saw Clara sitting on the floor, her hands covering her face. She looked terrified. "Clara?" I called out. She jumped up and ran to hug me tightly. "Emily, thank God you're here. I didn't know who else to call," she said, her voice trembling. "What's going on?" "I think someone's following me," she whispered. I froze. "What? Who?" "I don't know," she said. "On the bus here, there was a man who kept staring at me. When I got off, he did too. I thought I was imagining it, but then I saw him again at the coffee stand. He's here somewhere." I looked around the crowded platform. "Maybe it's nothing," I said, trying to calm her. "Maybe he's just a traveler." "No," she said firmly. "That's him." She pointed toward a man wearing a dark coat and a black hat, standing near the exit, pretending to look at his phone. I felt a cold wave run through me. "Stay here," I whispered. But before I could move, the man looked directly at us. Then he turned and walked away, disappearing into the crowd. Clara grabbed my arm. "Do you believe me now?" she asked. I nodded slowly. We sat quietly for a moment, both catching our breath. Then I said, "We need to talk to security." We went to the information desk and told them everything. The staff listened carefully and promised to check the cameras. That made us feel a little safer. Clara gave me a faint smile. "You always know what to do," she said. I laughed softly. "Next time, please send the right platform number." We tried to relax, but deep down, something still felt wrong. After a few minutes, we decided to leave. Outside, the rain was still falling. We got into a taxi, hoping to get far away from the station. I looked through the wet glass, and that's when I saw him again. The same man, standing under a streetlight, watching our taxi drive away. "Clara," I whispered. "He's still there." She turned and saw him too. Her face turned pale. "Do you think he's following us?" "I don't know," I said, "but we're not going home. Not yet." I told the driver, "Sir, could you take us to the main shopping center instead?" He nodded and turned the wheel. When I looked back, a black car had started following us. My heart raced. "That car," I said. "It's behind us." Clara looked back. It was him. We reached the shopping center and quickly got out. The place was busy and bright, full of people and music. We ran inside, moving from one store to another. But when I looked over my shoulder, the man was still there. He followed us through the crowd. We entered a bookstore, pretending to browse. "He's still coming," Clara whispered. "We need help." We found a security officer and told him everything. He asked us to point the man out. When he approached him, the man looked surprised and said, "I'm not following them. That's my sister." Clara stepped back in shock. "What? That's not true." The officer frowned. "Sir, please come with me." When the man tried to walk away, 2 more guards blocked his path. They called the police. We sat down, shaking. A kind woman from the staff brought us tea while we waited. The police arrived, asked questions, and checked the security footage. After a long time, an officer returned and said, "You were right. He followed you from the station. He had photos of you on his phone and even your address." Clara's face went white. "But how? Who is he?" The officer replied, "We believe he's a private investigator. Someone paid him to follow you." Clara whispered, "No, it must be Daniel." I looked at her. "Who's Daniel?" "My ex-boyfriend," she said quietly. "I ended things with him last month. He didn't take it well." The officer nodded. "That might explain it. Don't worry. We'll handle it. Clara began to cry. I hugged her and said, "You're safe now. It's over." Hours later, they let us go. Outside, the rain had stopped. The air felt clean and new. We took another taxi home, exhausted but relieved. Back home, Mom opened the door with worry written all over her face. "Where have you been?" she asked. "I saw something on the news about the station." I told her everything. She hugged us both and said, "You girls are so brave." That night, I couldn't sleep. I kept thinking about the day, the message, the man, Sophie at the station, the fear and the relief. So many emotions in just one day, but I felt proud. I had helped a stranger, protected my friend, and stayed calm even when I was afraid. A week later, something beautiful happened. I was at the art shop arranging books when someone called my name. "Emily!" I turned around. It was Sophie, the girl from the station. She smiled. "I found you. I wanted to thank you again." We sat for coffee and talked for hours. She told me she'd finally met her father that night and had recently moved to Glen Haven. "I don't know many people here," she said. "Can we be friends?" I smiled warmly. "Of course. I'd love that." That day taught me something important. Sometimes life surprises us in ways we don't expect. Sometimes fear opens the door to courage, and kindness leads us to new connections. I went to the station that day to help a friend, but I found much more: friendship, strength, and the quiet courage to stay calm when everything feels uncertain. Now it's your turn to practice. Watch this video again and use the shadowing technique. Pause after each sentence, repeat it out loud, copy the rhythm and the feeling, and speak with confidence. This is how you grow your English speaking power. If you enjoyed this story, please like the video and share it with your friends. Don't forget to subscribe to our channel for more English stories and lessons. Your support means the world to us. See you next time, here on Learn English Journey.